My name's Mal, and I've got a rotten window. Didn't look much when it was painted, but as I started digging into it, I found out that it was pretty severely damaged. I think what's happened, I think the water's been wicking up from the bottom, and it's gone through this cedar and just caused it to fail. So I've coated it with a wood sealer and let that dry for 24 hours. And I've dug pretty comprehensively into it, so there's no soft material around here anymore, and it all feels good. So I went online onto YouTube and read up on how to fix it, and I wanted to use some wood to act as a mould for the filler. And somebody online said that if I did that, if I soaked the timber in oil, it would cause the filler not to stick to the wood. Well, that wasn't right. It stuck to the wood better than it stuck to the window. So I'm going to have another go. This time I'm going to use packing tape on here to try and stop this filler from sticking, and hopefully get it to stick to the window itself. I'm also going to put some screws in the window, some stainless steel screws into the timber, below the surface of the timber, something for the filler to key onto. So we'll give that a go, and I'll show you how it goes. Cheers. So I've put some good quality stainless steel screws into the wood here, and making sure that they don't protrude past the finished surface by just using a bit of wood to check. And here, so they're all going to end up inside, and that should give me something to key onto. So the next step is to start making a mould. Okay, so I got a few bits of wood here. This one, because I've already done this once, and of course it didn't work, but this one goes in here. I'm just going to screw it in there, and I've just got to set it on make sure it's on the bottom there. And this one, same thickness as this moulding here, going to go down there like that, and then another two bits here. So as you can see, I'm kind of trying to make a mould. Anyway, I'm going to tape these up with packing tape, and that should stop the filler from sticking to this. So I've made some bit of a moulding here, start of a moulding. You can see here, this is just providing an outer surface, and this is the same width as this form here, and this form here. And then I've got a space in here where I can fill up with filler, and hopefully it will give me this particular form all the way down. Now I'm going to put some more on here, another piece of timber there. Once I've got some filler in there, that's going to go on there like that, and I'm going to screw that up tight and give me a face for this particular surface, and then another one in there. So let's see how we go. I've used plastic, this stuff here, nice shiny surface, and I'm hoping that the epoxy filler won't stick to that and prefers to stick instead to my window. Okay, I've set the the timber up so it's ready to go, and I've fitted it all just to make sure that I don't have any problems later when the filler's hardening. So everything's taped up. The funny thing is that the cooking oil didn't stop the filler from sticking to the timber, but it certainly stopped the tape from sticking. But anyway, we got round that, so we're good. So let's go mix up the filler. First off, we'll take off a couple of those pieces and make sure we're ready, because the filler's only got a certain time to harden and that's it, so we've got to be ready. Right, we've got some Builder's Bog. It's an epoxy. It says it won't slump, and it gives you instructions on how to mix the hardener with the filler, but I can't understand these instructions. It says use 1 to 4 parts of hardener paste to 60 of filler, 1/8 to half a level teaspoon of hardener to each matchbox full of filler. I can't imagine whoever wrote that tried to do it, because if you've got this stuff into a matchbox, you'd never get it out again. So we're going to guess. But what I do know is that they always tell you to put in too much. So we're going to guess a little on the light side. Now I have a spoon which doesn't have filler on it. I haven't used it to mix. I have another mixer and an application spatula. So we're going to guess. I'm putting some filler in, some filler in here. It's all going well so far, isn't it? I really don't know how much. So we're just going to make up a batch, and then we'll probably need another batch. Now, we don't use that spoon to mix it, because otherwise the hardener gets in there. A little rag. Now, let's try about that much, which I think is a fair bit less. It's very much on the light side. And then we start mixing. And what we're going to try and get is a consistency that's just solid pink. Right. Now we haven't got enough here, but we'll do for a start. We haven't got time to make any more because it's going off. So let's get going. Okay, well, we've got our mix and we can start working it in. I find if you work on the back of the spatula, it seems to work the best. Very hard to get it in there. I'm just going to have to keep working it as best I can. Now you can work this stuff once it's gone in. It's supposed to be able to shape it when it's soft, but I'm going to have to forego that because I'm using the this moulding technique. Now I'm going to just push that in there for now. Just to try and get some shape on that while I mix up some more. So we'll just hold it there with. And we'll go mix up some more. Back in a minute. Okay, so we've got some more mix. Wow, that's working pretty good. Pretty difficult this to get, so I'm just trying to overfill it so that the pressure of the timber will push it back in. It's probably wrong, but best I can do. Alright, let's try that. So the good news is that the filler didn't stick. Now, I'm going to tap that a bit with a hammer. Which I forgot to bring, but we have it now. Okay. So we've got a bit of excess here that we can take off. And it's just starting to go off now. So, I'll push that in there. Better if I set my screwdriver right. Of course I picked up a screwdriver. Well, that looks pretty hopeful. There'll probably still be a fair bit of sand, but we shall wait for the unveiling. Okay, well, we've left this 24 hours, it's the next day, so let's see how we went. Take it off. Looks like it hasn't stuck. It's moving about. It didn't stick. Tape work. And some mixture screws here, which is out of the way. So that's not stuck, so the tape worked, that's good. Well, it's not bad. Let's have a closer look here. I should have pushed the material up with my finger into this corner and down to here, but that's no big deal. I got good form here, so I can fill that. A few holes here that need filling, but on the whole, and then of course the drill holes, on the whole it's not too bad. So yeah, I'll mix up another batch and touch up the rest of it, and then we'll have another look. Cheers. Got this sort of sander that seems to be doing quite a good job. Although as you can see it's clogging up. I think this is maybe a bit fine. But yeah, it's quite a noisy little bugger, so anyway, let's have a look at the job it's doing. So, let's see, we've done a bit of filling, and it seems to be all filled now, and that form's not too bad. I've got to be careful not to damage that form or lose it as I sand, so I'm trying to be circumspect with that. But yeah, it's not bad. I think it's helpful to you. So I've been sanding very, very carefully with my little sander and some hand sanding and a bit of knife work. It actually didn't take very long, maybe half an hour. So I think it's ready to paint. Pretty pleased with it. Right, well, we've finished it off with a bit of paint. It's still wet, but looks okay. So yeah, I'd call that a result. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope this little video gives you some ideas, and that you too can do some timber repairs that save you a lot of money.